Hey guys, my name is KEYO. If you're a returning subscriber, you'll already know that. And hello, I missed your faces. And if you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I do a lot of art videos here on the channel and want to do many more throughout the rest of the year. So join me on this crazy endeavor. So for today's video, this was done maybe about back in February. It is a glass art piece. Just so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here it is with a white piece of paper. So I decided to go ahead and do Link, obviously, love him. This is actually a page from one of the manga books for Twilight Princess. I love everything about Legend of Zelda, so if you guys know me, then you know. This was the first time that I have ever done a glass art piece, so there are still a lot of new things for me to learn, and I want to do another piece here soon just to experiment further with it. This one, it kind of looks a little messy just because I just knew what I wanted to do but didn't fully know how to go about it or what the right tools to use to make it the best. From my understanding, Posca paint pens work really well, and I thought that I had a black one. Turns out it's silver. Upon further ado, let's just jump right in, get started, and I will show you guys how I went about doing this. If and when I do this again, I am going to be changing a lot of the materials used. Of course, if you guys want to see it, I will definitely film it for you. Stay tuned on the channel, and again, don't forget to click the subscribe button to stay in contact and up to date with all the videos coming out. Let's just jump right in.
Hello. So while I was at the $1.25 store one day, I decided to pick up a cheap picture frame just because I was going to be using the glass anyway. So I just got rid of the frame, kept the glass, and found this page, a sheet from Twilight Princess manga for Legend of Zelda. I said that really weird, bear with me. And I had printed it out at work and just secured it to the back of the piece of glass. Now I did cut it down to size. I wish that I actually got it more centered than I did, but hey, like I said at the beginning of the video, it was my first time, and yeah, I just really wanted to jump headfirst into this project, which wasn't the best idea. So after I got everything kind of squared away with some washi tape, I now have my supplies. So we have some of these cheap paints that you can pick up at Walmart or in some $1.25 stores. I have a paint tray and some cheap paintbrushes just because I go through a lot of paintbrushes and don't really clean them. So I always just pick up really cheap packs of paintbrushes. And then we start the painting process. So after you get your good old coffee by your side, just jump right in. What I'm doing is obviously going in with some paint for the black liner. Now I've tried a few different techniques on this, like I said at the start of the video, and I have found out that paint for me worked the best. So just going in with a very fine tip paintbrush and some black paint, I just went ham on all the lines. Just be careful, try not to smudge anything, and try to just work your best magic that you can. And as stated here, I've tried a few pens that I had, including Faber-Castell markers, I tried basic markers, I've tried Sharpies, and as you'll see later on, there is one pen that actually kind of did something to the glass. A lot of the stuff will not stick to the glass, but I think the pen that did it's an illustration pen, but I'll get more into that, like I said, later. So just listening to some good music or watching a show in the background, go ahead, do your thing. And after I was all done with the black outline, I went ahead and just flipped over the comic page so I could have just a blank canvas behind it, and just went in pretty much finalizing all of those black lines, making them crisp, clear, and not see-through. And then just going in with the color, I first started with the shadowing. Now what you want to do for glass paintings is start with the shadowing and the highlights. So that's what you see here. I'm going in with the shadowing of his hair, and then going in with his ultimate blonde color. Actually, no, I take that back. I started with the shadows, did the highlights, and then filled in his blonde hair in the middle of both of those. So you just want to repeat that process each time, and I'm flipping over the glass just to see. At first, I started very delicately placing down the paint and realized that it was kind of splotching up. As you can see by me holding it up and adding more paint to those areas. So I actually just started globbing it on, and it worked way better. But yeah, you want to do that process for every different piece. The best thing to do is wait for each layer to dry. Like say if you're doing the hair, wait for all of the hair to dry before going in with the face. I didn't do that. But yeah, for each section, you want to go ahead, start with the shadowing, the highlights, and then go in with the base color that you've chosen. So that is what we did. Continue watching. Have fun. Hopefully when you guys try this, you'll actually do it the right way. There is a little bit of research involved with doing this. I know there are a lot of fantastic glass paint artists out there, and I saw one of the videos and it just inspired me that I wanted to try something that I had never done. So that's where we are. This is the pen that worked really well. I actually picked this up at Michael's, I believe. This is one of the Artist Loft illustration pens. It's pretty cheap, and it's just a 0.1 liner pen. I use a lot of these and the Faber-Castells for my comics and illustration work. And yeah, like I said, it worked really well. So I actually took this, did the entire Midna outline for those two sections, as well as the bottom Link outline, just because I wasn't going to color him in anyway. And as you see, all of the line work was done with that pen, and I just went back in and filled in all of the black areas with black paint. This situation worked really well, and I kind of wish that I just did the top Link with the pen too, but now that I know that it works, I'm very excited to try the next batch. So yeah, hopefully if you guys are looking forward to seeing that, I will definitely make another video. When all is said and done and everything was lined and colored in, I actually went in with a UV clear resin for the top, just to keep everything solid down there. Now, my only issue with this is that it's not a self-leveling resin, so after it was cured, there were kind of bumps, and I wasn't happy with it. So that's where you get the black swirly doos at the top behind in the final piece. And then after I did that, I added some glitter and then tried covering up some of the mistakes by adding a self-leveling resin to the back of it, and I waited a day, and that was in the final piece. If you are going to be doing this, just wait for a solid self-leveling resin. Don't try to cut the corners with it because it will look kind of weird. But like I said, the next time I will definitely be using a lot of the things that I learned throughout this video in that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And hopefully, if you guys have any suggestions or alterations or comments or anything like that, please feel free to leave those in the comments section below. Let me know like what ideas or what techniques worked really well for you, and I'll go ahead and try to incorporate them. And with that being said, I will see you guys then. Hopefully you guys liked it, and look forward to the next video coming out. Bye guys!